Okay, good morning everybody. This has been a crazy day. Now, needless to say, I'm filming this like in the afternoon here. This morning I got up and I wanted to hit the floor running, basically just get out the door and get some things done, because I've been trying to get a lot more footage under my belt, get a lot more places filmed now that we have some good weather. I'm really trying to keep a good variety of content coming. So I hope you guys are enjoying everything you're seeing. I think I filmed 6 videos today, maybe, something like that. A good variety of things. And I gotta tell you about one thing that happened, though. It was so funny. I was over at this abandoned building, and I needed to step up onto this porch. I think it was a concrete porch, and it was probably about 2 feet tall, and it had like this makeshift railing built around it, like coming out the sides and over here, and I thought there was like steps up on the other side. So I went around there, and there was not. Well, all it was 2x4s that was making this fence, or whatever you want to call it, a railing, and I was like, all right, well, I gotta get up there because that's where the windows are. I need to see in here. Wait a minute, let me draw this out for you real quick. Okay, just to keep this easy, this is what it looked like. That was built with 2x4s, and one square was about a 30-inch square, something like that. Maybe not quite that big, but I'm like, all right, I mean, I can fit through there, but I just gotta bend down, you know, and go through. So I bent down, and instead of like trying to crawl through like head first, I put my bad leg up there first. Now, this is the one with the bad knee. You guys know I have a bad knee on the left side, and I have a pinched nerve on the right side, which doesn't bother me all that much anymore, but it still does a little bit. So I put my left leg through the hole up onto the porch, and the bottom of this square is like right at the top of the porch, at the surface. So I put my foot up through there, and it slides all the way forward. So now I have one foot up on the porch, one foot down on the ground, and I'm doing the splits completely going up onto this porch. And I'm like, what in the world? So I didn't even know where my arms were. I mean, I must have been trying to hold on to the railing or something. And what I needed to do was to be able to push with at least my right leg that was on the ground and push my body up and through the hole there. And it just wasn't happening. I did not have enough strength in either of my legs in the position that I was in to push myself through there. So I eventually was able to get my arms like somehow around on the thing and push myself up. I wish I had this on film, because it would be so funny to see. Because that was the first thing I thought of when I got out of there was, man, how many people are watching this? You know, because right across the street there was like, I don't know, a bank or something. So I'm sure somebody saw it. They were probably over there cracking up this fat guy stuck in a fence or whatever you call it. Anyways, so that's one of the things that happened. Then I got lost. Well, I didn't really get lost. I lost my way. Let's put it that way. I was driving. I was trying to get over to this area in Belden Village. And I thought the road that I was on like ran smack dab into another road where I needed to turn. And so I just kept on driving. And now, keep in mind, if I hadn't taken this wrong way, I wouldn't have found the other abandoned building where this happened to me that I just explained a second ago. So I kept going, and I'm going and going and going, and I'm thinking I should have seen it by now. And eventually I end up somewhere, I don't even know where I'm at. I've never been in the area before. And I turned left, and I noticed that the name of the street was Sanitarium Street. And it just, I don't know, it just cracked me up. Because here I didn't know anywhere where I was at, and then here's the Sanitarium Street, so I'm thinking, what am I going to run into a bunch of crazies out here? I found my way back, obviously. But then when I got home here, I'm sitting here going through everything on the internet and getting caught up with, you know, everything that's going on everywhere. And I see this video, and I've been following this for a little bit now. And this absolutely blew me away. If you guys have ever seen the movie, it's a documentary, and it's called King of Kong, Fistful of Quarters. What it is it started out to be a documentary about 70s and 80s arcade games and arcades, or the way that it was portrayed to us was that it was kind of a head-to-head competition between these two guys, Steve Wiebe and Billy Mitchell, who were both fighting for the highest score on Donkey Kong. Just to keep a long story short, at one point in the movie, Steve Wiebe in an arcade at a Donkey Kong machine in front of everybody gets the highest score on Donkey Kong. Within minutes, somebody hands the guy who runs Twin Galaxies, which is the main arcade that controls and takes record of all the scores. They keep a record of all the scores that are coming in. So if you want to know who has the highest score on Donkey Kong, you go to Twin Galaxies. But almost immediately after Steve Wiebe hit this highest score, somebody hands the guy from Twin Galaxy a VHS tape. And it shows gameplay of Donkey Kong, supposedly by Billy Mitchell, where he now, again, has the highest score. And remember, we just saw Steve Wiebe hit the highest score on a legitimate Donkey Kong game in a legitimate arcade, which is basically what the rules are if you want to get your name in the book. And then this guy comes in, bringing up just a videotape and saying, yep, I beat it already. I thought that was pretty damn shady because they were just like, oh yeah, well, Billy said he beat it. Okay, we'll do it. And they put it back on there. So they put Steve Wiebe on there for a minute, and then they put Billy Mitchell on again right above him as the highest score holder. So I thought that was crazy. I've always thought that Billy Mitchell was kind of shady anyway. A real weird guy. In fact, if you've seen the movie Pixels, the short guy that they call Fire Blaster, his character is loosely based on Billy Mitchell. A real kind of arrogant guy. He really thinks he's like God's gift to the world. You'll have to look him up and see what I mean. That's how he comes across. Anyway, so they've been going through this thing now. Somebody challenged his record, and they said, we think Billy Mitchell cheated. So there's been this big thing with Twin Galaxies and a lot of other people putting a lot of time into this. Looking at Billy's footage, it's kind of hard to explain if you don't understand gaming. But basically, they looked at all his footage, and over a period of time, today they announced that Billy Mitchell's scores have been completely wiped from Twin Galaxy's scoreboard, and he is completely banned from competing again. That pretty much blew me away. But I just thought that it was amazing, that I thought it was pretty shady in the beginning anyway, and then all these years later it comes out and he totally gets banned, all his scores from everything wiped out. So I've rattled on long enough. I'm going to let you guys go. Wherever you're waking up, whatever time it is, make the best of your day. Do something for somebody else. Pay it forward. And let's make this world a better place. I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace.